Good day, Market Chameleons and everyone joining for the first time. Thanks for coming by and watching the Market Chameleon webinar series. Before we get started, let's take a look at the shared disclaimer. Please be aware that neither Market Chameleon, Dimitri, or myself are registered investment advisors or a broker-dealer. If you're searching for investment advice, please reach out to a licensed professional. This webinar, as all our webinars and shows, are for informational purposes only concerning Market Chameleon tools and products. With that, one last look at the disclaimer, and let's welcome Dimitri Pargamonic to the stage, who's going to be talking about screening pre-market stock movers with quick filters. How you doing, D?
Good morning, Will. How are you?
Great. Let me share your screen.
Yep.
There's the Market Chameleon landing page.
And let's go to the pre-market movers page, and then we'll just discuss some quick filters to narrow down, pre-market movers. If you hover on the main menu up top, and up here we have pre-market trading. Let's click on that. And what this will do is take us to a page that filters out stocks that are moving in the pre-market hours. And we have different ways to analyze these stocks. And when you first come to it, you see these three different tables here. One of them is showing you the most active stocks in the pre-market hours. There was another one that shows the biggest gainers and biggest decliners. There are some thresholds in there where a stock could be trading in the pre-market hours, and it could show a large gain or a large loss. But if there's not enough volume behind it, for example, if you have 100 shares that maybe traded, up 10%, and then we don't see any more activity or bids or offers that are active, then then that move is very suspicious. Maybe it doesn't really have enough behind it. So there are certain thresholds we look for to indicate that the stock is actively trading and is showing that it's moving in pre-market hours. The top gainers, you could see up here, they're sorted based on first the conditions that we have set, the minimum, and they're sorted by highest percent moves. But you can sort those by any of these columns, volume, market cap. These are the largest decliners. And let's say we wanted to narrow this a little bit further, because you can see there are 98 stocks here that made our percentage gainers list. There are 155 that made our percentage decliners list. And we can just narrow this down using some quick filters, some common ones up here. And if you wanted to see the full list and use more filters, you can go over here where we have the screener. And this tab will show you the full list of stocks trading in the pre-market hours with all the volumes. This is set to minimum volume 500, but you can release that, and a price of at least $5, which you can change over here. But we're going to look at our summary list and use some of these quick filters that we have. And one way to filter is you could look at stocks that you have already set up in your watch list. So if you have a watch list and you want to see, did any of the stock symbols make the pre-market report here, you could just click this down, select anything in your watch list or all my watch lists. So if you just want to run, let's say you have 5 different watch lists with different combinations, you want to see if anything in any of your watch lists made the list, you could just click all my watch lists, and then all of a sudden, you get a more filtered view of the pre-market trading. And now you could then go and research this further. Okay, so you got the percentage moves, the volume, and if there are any news, that we detected. If you hover over it, then you could kind of like read the headline, and if you go and click on the headline, you could go to the news. Okay, so let's release this. Go back to our original list. And another way to filter is, of course, you could just do it by sector industry if you're interested in a particular industry or sector and you want to see what's going on in there. Let's say you're interested in the energy sector, maybe that's what you're trading or you're currently following for a particular reason and you want to see if anything's going on. You just click on the energy sector, and then this will bring you back symbols that are in the energy sector. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the any, go to our original list. We could also kind of the same idea by sector industry. Sometimes you have ETFs, like if we take it down, the ETF holdings, we could have ETFs that are based on broad-based sectors like S&P 500, the largest is 500 companies in S&P, Dow Jones, NASDAQ. So if we wanted to see that, if you click on it, it'll filter by the holdings in that ETF. You could have those sectors, XLE like energy, XLC communications, XLF. You could see biotech. Let's say we wanted to see something that is a biotech stock in the XBI ETF. Click on that, and this will bring us back any biotech stocks. So we could see there's one that made our percentage gainers list, 5 on our decliners list, and you could then research these further. Let's go back to any. These are here if you needed a minimum market cap, right? If you're looking for large cap stocks, you could do it using large cap. If you're in particular interested in low cap stocks, you could do like maybe under 100 million market cap, and this will bring us back the lower cap stocks. Okay, if we want to look at large cap stocks, do it over 100 billion. So this will bring us back the stocks that are over 100 billion market cap. I'm going to go back. This allows us to set really quickly the minimum volume. So let's say you're not, you could see here sometimes you have 16,000 shares that traded in the stock, 36,000. So these are popping up because this is, more than typical for that stock. But if it's not that significant, you want to, look for maybe something that's trading a lot, like with liquidity, where you see, well, there's actual volume behind the move, so the move is more real. Probably, that there's better opportunities to trade because of the volume. So we could just go volume, like say over 100 or 500,000. So 500,000 shares of stock at least trade in a pre-market. So now you filtered it down to stocks that are showing more trading activity. Okay, let's go back to any. Sometimes you want to either filter out the ETFs or just common stocks. So if you're not looking for ETFs in particular, just looking for stocks like individual stocks, perhaps with news or something going on, we could just click on this, and this will take out the ETFs. So then we're looking at just the common stocks. If you went the other way and you want to just look at ETFs, just click on this, and then you got just the ETFs, and now you see what's going on in that security type. Another common one is where you look for maybe that's something that has moving and has news, right? So it's moving on news, and you want to see, well, what's behind the move. So you could just say, well, it has some news that we detected, and this way we could look at the move and then just kind of hover over quickly and see, the E means it was, earnings, and this is the news. So if you hover over it, now that there's something behind the news potentially based on release or news. Let's go back to this, and we'll do the last two. These quick filters are, just looking at certain reference prices that, as an example of what people might be looking at. These aren't the only ones, but these are quick filters. Again, you could go to the full screener to look at more. But one way we could look at is the stock trading higher than the previous day's high or lower than the previous day's low? So it's kind of like just breaking out of the previous day's channel. All right. So let's say the stock traded between 200 and 202 the previous day, and now it's trading at 204, 205. Then maybe take a look at it. Or trading below the previous day's low, because they're not always breaking out. So if we do, like, let's say previous high, so these will be stocks that are now trading above the obviously these decliners are out of there. So now we have 42 stocks here that are trading above the previous day's high, previous day's low, the opposite. We do that. Now we see where stocks here are trading below the previous day's low. Another quick filter is setting a new 52-week high or 52-week low. So that's, now you have a price where you're setting a new reference point that many traders follow or reference, or even technical analysis could be based on those points. So if we do 52-week high, and if it traded a new 52-week high in the pre-market, then you have this short list. There's 10 of them. The opposite, if we want to take a look at something hitting a new 52-week low, click on that, and this will give us a list of stocks that hit a new 52-week low in the pre-market hours. So now we have that short list over here. Okay, so I'm going to stop there, Will. I wanted to go over these quick filters in the pre-market just to get a way to, narrow down these pre-market lists in a fast way.
Yeah, that was another great webinar, D. We did have a question from a new user who joined today about diagonal spreads. I don't know if that's something you may want to take a look at tomorrow. I did put a couple of your old webinars in the chat concerning diagonal spreads. So we have done a few. So anyone who's ever looking for anything, I would recommend go to the YouTube channel as well as explore the websites for the how-tos. A lot of great information out there. But great job, D. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Stay safe out there. Have a great trading day, and we hope to see you tomorrow.
All right, trade in peace, D. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining the Market Chameleon webinar series again. Thumbs up. Follow us on all the platforms. If you're on YouTube, please, thumbs up are always helpful. Any comments you can put in the YouTube chat. For the newest user who joined today, I did put the links, as I mentioned, in the chat. And a great resource is just go to the Market Chameleon YouTube channel and type in what you're looking for, and you'll find some helpful videos out there. Everyone, thanks for joining. Have a safe trading day, and hopefully see you tomorrow for the morning show. And we are doing the show with Ryan today. We're doing that at 4:30. Let me share that link so you can go right to that. If you can join us at 4:30. I know Jim and Mike are usually the ones who do try to join the afternoon session once a week, but anyone can join, and it's always appreciated. Here's a link to Ryan's show, and that will be at 4:30 today, Eastern Standard Time. Everyone, have a great day. Bye-bye.